Yo, what's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing? You know what this is. Yo, do me a favor. Press that like button and press that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing to do it. Go ahead and just press that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to me and press that thumbs up. Yo, and shout out to my new subscribers. I got a few new subscribers. Shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I wanted to talk about this woman who claims to be a clinician. She's a therapist and she is supposed to help people. Now, we notice and we see that a lot of people recommend therapy. And when you listen to people talk, they'll tell you that everybody needs therapy. Everybody needs some form of therapy. But what I'm noticing is that you have a lot of women who are getting into therapy to basically paint their own narrative and to basically tell you what they think you should do, or, and basically they're using it as a weapon to basically paint their narrative and force it off onto you. This is what I'm seeing, because we had a therapist, a young lady, black woman, who has gone viral. And her whole objective was downing black men, talking bad about black men. She's making all these different TikTok videos, downing black men, putting black men down. And the irony of this whole situation is that a black woman is the one who reported her and got her fired from her job. But yet she still blames black men. She still has a problem with black men and said it's still our fault, with no accountability whatsoever. It was a black woman who shut her down in the first place. And we have to think for a minute. Why would black women be upset? You have other black women who do the same job she does, who do the same thing that she does, and they have men clients. They can't have this bitch over here sitting up here fucking up their clients, and their money, because she over here talking reckless about black men, because the way she was talking about black men would make you not even want counseling in the first place. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Although you do have people that advocate counseling, they push it. I think that's an individual thing. I don't down counseling. I think people who need it, if it is helpful, if it's beneficial, I think that you should have it. Personally, I don't really see the benefit in it personally. And I have to say that just on my own personal level, what I'm saying, of just the way I feel about it personally. But I don't think that it's a negative thing. I think if it can help you, cool. But I just noticed that it's a rise of people needing therapy, which to me sounds like a publicity stunt, or some kind of something, just to get people to go, and because these people claim they're doctors, and then to make them feel more important, so they need more patients, obviously. What I'm saying? That's the way I look at that shit. But realistically, therapists do help people. You're able to talk out things, because a lot of times we suppress things, especially black men. We suppress things. We're told to hold things in, not to express ourselves. And that can be detrimental. But what some of us have are our friends and people, our buddies or whoever, the barbershop or whatever the situation is, where we can just kind of vent and say what we need to say and get things out, without having to pay someone a whole bunch of money to do the very thing that you can do with, someone at the barbershop, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the situation is, you know what I'm saying? However it is that you release suppressed anger and all these type of things, because how do you deal with a male child who has gone through physical abuse or, mental abuse, verbal abuse, we're told to suppress it and push it off to the side. And that shit ain't healthy. So if talking to a therapist is something that we need to do, I'm all for it. I think that, we should do it, but who the fuck want to go to a therapist who is being biased, who is using their own personal experiences to down black men and to put us in our place? So to make a long story short, her ass got fired. All of a sudden, it's still our fault. And she's still blaming us and going off on us and talking about that we're weak because she should be able to say what she want to say and talk down to us, but it was coming from a place of love. If that ain't the most dumbest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. But this is how a lot of our women feel about us. That's why you have a lot of men today who are getting passports and they are going overseas and they are realizing all the time that they have wasted. A lot of men today are not even dealing with American women like that. And this is happening in droves. This is happening at large rates where men, are just saying, yo, this is it. There's a lot of military men back in the day, and even now, I'm sure, that did this. They had other children in other parts of the world, you know what I'm saying? Because they traveled all over the world in the military or and fighting and all this type of, stuff that they had to do. And they had children in other places. But you would think, okay, well, that's a small thing. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of, people do that. Well, it's growing. You have a lot of men who are saying, why deal with these women in America who only look at you a certain way, have no respect for you, talk down to you, talk crazy to you. You know what I'm saying? And you over here trying to be right, trying to do the right thing, but you don't make enough money for them. You know what I'm saying? You're a Square, or you a Russell Simmons, or whatever the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that have a lot of our women brainwashed into hating us. This is what the fuck is going on right now. So a lot of men have given up, have totally given up and said, you know what, I really don't have to take this. I can go somewhere else. And you do have a lot of shame tactics. You have a lot of women who are shaming men, black men in particular, because they have decided to do these things. Because even men who were just raised by their mothers, no men involved, because of the internet and because they are being able to see the real, they're being hip to things that they have been missing and the lies that they have been told and taught, and all this simp shit that their moms had taught them on how to treat women and shit like that. Never how a woman's supposed to treat a man. Never. You supposed to do all this shit for a woman, but a woman ain't supposed to do nothing for you but just sit there and just look pretty and you just cater to her and that's it. This is the kind of shit that we're taught. That you should just be lucky that she just graces you. Fuck that. When you go overseas and you see all these different type of women who are willing to wash your clothes, willing to do these things, it's easy for you to want to buy her flowers, to buy her clothes, to buy her jewelry, and when you go out there, it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? An average motherfucker could do well somewhere else in another country. You know what I'm saying? So this is what a lot of men are just understanding, and this therapist is just another example of how a lot of our own women treat us and have no respect for us and talk down to us, but still feel as though we don't protect them. No accountability whatsoever, because she was ranting and raving, talking about how we still didn't protect her and we were going off on her when, again, it wasn't the men, because men don't do shit like that. We'll talk about your ass. We'll do all of that shit, but we ain't gonna sit up there and report your fucking page, call your job, and all. We don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, we don't do shit like that. We already know it was a woman who put her on blast, made her lose her job, but for some reason, it's still the man's fault. This is the kind of shit that goes on in a lot of the American women's minds. some kind of way men have become the enemy, you know. And how can you, as a therapist, help me with my problems when you telling me I need help so that I can help y'all, help women to be better, not help myself to be better for myself so that I can help the women? That's crazy. Then if that's not the most feminist bullshit I ever heard of in my life, that's some fucking sexist, fucking feminist ass bullshit. And no, man, we should not have to accept no bullshit like that. We shouldn't be putting up with no shit like that. That's crazy, you know? But again, if therapy works for you, I say go down there, go get you some therapy. You know what I'm saying? Go do what the fuck you need to do. You know what I'm saying? But as for me, you know, I'm gonna do some other shit. I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I do think that we do bottle things up and we hold things in, and we need to stop doing that because that is fucking us up. But men are talking. Men are talking, and men are actually acting and moving and saying, listen, we can't fight this war. We can't fight this war and actually win it. So let's just back away. That's all we gonna do. That's all. You know, and what you have to understand, women don't get the same experience that men get when they go overseas. Women are not going to get the same experience because you have to understand a lot of those men, they're used to those type of women that we're seeking. The type of women that men in America are seeking when we go overseas, those men over there are already used to those women. So you as an American woman, you think you're going to go over there with that American personality trying to go get another type of man? You really believe that? That happens every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe. Press that thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section, family. And again, thank you to my new subscribers. And I welcome more subscribers. So press that thumbs up, press that subscribe button, and tell me what you think about the video. Peace out.